Right folks, we're back to these Rotels. This is the final one. We've done the 240, we've done the 230, which turned out to be absolutely that 1 in 50, which is exceptional. So he reckons this is like new. Yes. Pretty smart. Yeah, and it's a factory original mic for this one. So we'll do the service work on that. Right. Oh, I think it's about... Sure, if we put down the 23rd. Serial number 11101819. Right, I'll get it powered up. So we've got a power stub for Cybernet somewhere. I nearly ended up plugging the aerial in there instead of the instrument one. You don't get PA on this, so plug that into the instruments as well. It's lit up and it's on 19, so we'll soon remedy that and put it on 20. Right, I'll switch picture in picture on, and oh, it's in that wrong position. I'm on the 3 watt scale. It's not doing a lot, so I think it's in low power. That's it. It's exactly 3 watts. Channel 1, 3.1 watts. Channel 40, 3 watts. Low power, I think it was 100 milliwatts. Go back to, we'll find the switch at the back. Let's go back to channel 20. Change scales on the test set. 150 milliwatts, that wants to come up. And transmit current, if we go back to normal power, for that 3 watts, it's 1.068. Deviation, wallow. Good grief. Wallow, 1.6 kilohertz. Frequency, 2779066. That is low. Put it down at 67. So we'll do the synad. I'll set the signal generator to the same frequency the radio's working on, so it's a fair test. Bit of noise on the volume control. S9. Is a daft 10 millivolts. transmit meter. He's reading 4, though the set, of course, is doing 3. But that's how they are set. So that is correct as it is. Meter lamps there. Mic works. No PA. Sockets work, there's only one. Right, let's look at the sensitivity. Let's put the camera on till there. Put a bit more volume on. Well, it's very good anyway. So 12 is 0.42. 10, 0.34. 20, if it does it. It's all about noise, this is not that important. It's 1.25. Squelch at full should be 100 microvolts. It's 21, 22. So that needs to come up, and the sensitivity, I've no doubt, is excellent. We'll just turn the squelch down, switch the signal generator to standby. It's 0.18. It's 0.18. Right, okay. We will open it up. Now his Rotel 230 didn't have the extra stage that some of the Rotel 230s have. The same, like you get an extra receive stage in the 240s and some of the other bigger Cybernets. And then you get an extra receive stage in the base station versions. I've taken the wrong screws out there. And I'm not expecting to have to take that case half off, so this is what we'll do. I tell you what, it still smells of newish radio. Radio flavour, not fag flavour. I have to stop saying fags because I understand in America it means something else, whereas in this country it's cigarettes or those meaty things, faggots that you get from the butchers, meatballs. Right, we'll start with the VCO, and I did one 2 days ago, so will I remember how it's done? I might do. Channel 40. Mr. Chippy's yellow lead, if we can find it, or whether we've lost that. So Alan has kindly sent us some leads, but we're not delving into that box until we delve into that box. Oh, we haven't got the tie. This has not got the tie between the two cans. Well, you know what, I've never seen that before. I'm tempted to put one in. Yeah, I'm going to do that. There we go. And that helps me get my earth point. I don't know why they haven't done that. It's just a good way of securing the proper earth. Right. Might as well switch that back to there. Don't need picture in picture on really, but that lamp's in the way. So channel 40, switch the radio back on. Resistor 4, should be 4 volts on receive. So we'll just need to adjust the VCO slightly, or you end up with channels dropping out. And then on transmit, it's low on transmit. So receive, transmit. Go to channel 1, somewhere between something like 1.8, 2.3, and on transmit, fine. So that's done. It needed a little bit. I say if you don't attend to that, you can end up with channels not working above 37 or channels not working above 3 or something like that at the band edges in different weathers. Right, tune up this transmitter and get more than 3 watts out of it. Remembering to put the radio on channel 20. That's brought it up to 3.1 already. Correct. Correct. So there's no change on any of those. So as I said before, we need to get the radio to at least 4.4 watts if that's possible to be able to balance it properly. And as I always say, I'm very strict about legal limits, but you must never leave it at full whack or it will kill the radio. So straight away it's come to 4.3. Go through those again. We're at 4.6. So clockwise for 4.4, anti-clockwise for the legal limit of 4 watts. The service monitor says 3.8 watts, but we don't need to do that. Channel 40 is now 4.05. Channel 1 is now 4.0 something. Low power. That's going to want cleaning. So waggle that around a bit. Actually, we've had troubles with the switch on some recent jobs. Right. So we want 400 milliwatts. I'm on the low scale. It's actually 410. Transmit current now for full power. Oh, hang on a minute. That test was wrongly done on channel 40. Still 410. Current is now 1.24. So for 200 milliamps we've got an extra watt, so the efficiency's been improved. Deviation. I'll tell you what. We'll do the frequency next. No, I'm going to skip around here. We'll set the meter to say 4 watts because it's now saying 5. So just pop that onto the 4. Remember, when you have this on an area, if it says 2 when you keep, it's still doing 4 watts. If it bangs across, it's still doing 4 watts, but it's relative to your area left SWR, etc. So that's now 4 watt. So do the frequency. Put the frequency counter camera on. We'll put it on frequency, and I'm going to turn it to the left for today. It's bound to be the wrong way. It is. Now we'll turn it to the right. So tomorrow I'll turn one to the right and it will need to go to the left. Well, it is getting there. I was starting to think it was too far to bring up, but it isn't. It's gone on. Right, let's reset this. I want that vertical preset to its central position. That works best for me. And then we'll do the deviation. Put the camera on the main meter. Wow, that's it, spot on. So after these 3 sets, this has been the most out of alignment. Right, so everything done on transmit. Let's move over to receive. So now we'll set the signal generator to the correct frequency of 2779125 instead of to suit the radio as it was. Right, here we go. So with 100 microvolt equivalent signal, we want the oscilloscope. And just make sure that we've got maximum recovered audio on the detector coil. No, it needed a little adjustment there. So that will help receive along. So now we'll go over to the cyanide meter. And turn it down for about 4 dB. I've had to go on my lower 0.3 scale because it's already receiving that well. Improvement there. Bigger signal for the IFs. Right, let's see what we've got now. $12 dB. Is now 0.35. So we had 0.34 on his 230. and he had 0.34 on his 240. He's got. I tell you what, he's got 3 good performing sets here. Sometimes 12 dB, you know, on a working Rotel can be as bad as 0.9. So 20 dB is 1. 0.9, 0.98, and 10 dB is 0.27. 2.4 on that and 2.6. Very, very similar between them. He's a lucky chap. Right. Let's do the Squelch. So I'll turn the Squelch to full on the radio. Let's put this on the attenuator control so you can see what I'm doing. And I want it to open at 100 microvolts. 3, 10, 30. It's far too slack that, so we'll tighten it up a bit. That's now too tight. That's where we want it. So now we'll check it on the other side. So we'll turn the signal generator to standby, park it at 0.3 microvolts and set the Squelch on the radio to the threshold, switch the signal generator back on, straight in. It's coming in at 0.3. S meter. So 100 microvolts on the test set. I want that to read S9. And it does. So let's now reset. And that's what's next. That's it. Lid back on. When I was getting interested in electronics as a boy, my grandfather had a valve radio which was 1937 model, which they'd actually bought in 1939. As war started, they thought they'd better get a new radio because they realised things like that would be in short supply. And so by getting one which was already 18 months out of production, obviously they got a discount, so it was a Philips 660A, and he gave me this valve radio, and I'd be 14, I would think, at the time, so it took about 1975, 76, that kind of age, and obviously it was filthy, and I cleaned it all out, and I actually had to have somebody who was kind and generous, a bit like me now, and they actually found a short circuit in the wiring and cleared that HT fault for me, and I replaced the valves and whatever, and I had to do the tuning cord, and there was no data on that. I actually worked out how to do it and then actually drew that diagram into the service sheet, but what I'm saying is that was a 1937 radio, and I was looking at it in 1974, so 40, so it's only 33 years old, something like that. I'm trying to do some maths in my head. These radios are 40 years old. They're not archaic and and they work so well. Yeah, how times have changed. I suppose this is what solid state electronics has done. Well, I may as well turn off the test set and the smouldering bat and take the aerial out from the test gear and replace it with the Antron 99, Cadbury's 99, Red Balloons 99, or whatever kind of 99 we have on the wall outside. One Anna Roger. Nineteen a Roger. Good. I love living in the middle of nowhere. There we are. We're doing on the air test later. We're going to do a field test on a emergency set we've previously done a service on, and we've previously done an on the air test from the bench here. But I want to do a field test like we did last week, and with the cameras in the car. I wanted to get through one a week of these, and then when we do a super test of emergency kits, when I hire the field up the road for half a day, I will you'll all know what I'm talking about. I think I'm going to try and do the Cobra SOS, which could be the least specified one because it's only a 3-channel one. So, chances are, imagine if the channels are 9, 19 and 14. We'd have to do it on 14, wouldn't we? Anyway, there you go. I hope you enjoyed that very quick tune-up on a very worthy set of 3 radios this guy has, and they can now go back to him. Thanks for watching.